Good morning.
Good
Morning,
morning.
everyone.
Wow. So the date, what is the date? The 25th,
Yeah,
June 25th.
crazy.
I know.
Oh,
We were just talking about how this is likely going to be our last coffee talk for a while.
it's kind of bittersweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What's
The
that?
last recorded one. We'll have them live though. That's what's so exciting, that we'll be doing this together instead. So I'm really mixing it up today. I am drinking because I haven't had it yet, my protein breakfast drink, which has my Barlean's chocolate greens powder, my protein powder, and peanut butter powder, and rice and almond milk.
Very nice.
That sounds good. I have coffee.
Mm.
I have my green tea.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
My 2-year-old granddaughter, she loves doing this, and she says clink. So whether she's like eating a bit of a sandwich, she wants to like clink it with yours.
It feels so adult when a little one wants to do like such an adult type action.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
It is so cute.
Oh my gosh. So we hope everybody's well wherever you are, whenever you're watching, that you feel peaceful and content, and that it's easy to bring to mind things that you feel grateful for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been even more magnified during this shutdown in a way, to be so much more aware and grateful.
Yeah.
So I
Definitely.
I definitely feel good with all those realizations along the way.
Mm. So interesting how when troubles come, it can sometimes also make it easier to see the good at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about everybody's, complaining that they can't see people, they can't go out to eat, they can't socialize. And I said, it seems to me the last few times I went into restaurants, everybody at the tables around me were like this, staring at their phones. They weren't talking to each other. They weren't communicating. They were all in their own little world. So my hope is that as things open up, people put the phones down and they start communicating again. Because they had kind of stopped doing that before this started.
Wow, Sandra, that's a really good point.
So my hope is that when I do go back to restaurants, I'm going to see people having a good time and talking and
interacting with each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. So do we want to start with something about the actual day and then do the birthday, since we're skipping ahead?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there something that stands out to you, Julie Irish?
I mean, just real quick, I think it's kind of cute about in 1938, Ella Fitzgerald's hit "A Tisket a Tasket" came out.
Yes.
A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket.
What an amazing musician, Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh, yeah.
And gosh, that's a long time ago. I didn't realize that it was like she was performing back in the 30s. amazing.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
her music endures. Like, I still enjoy listening to it. And some of our guests, like, they might have been born in that year.
Oh, yeah, about that time,
Mhm. Yeah. So
1938.
be interesting to know who of our guests likes Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah. I grew up listening to her for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it brings
A
back
few
lot of
people come to mind.
Yes.
Oh, in 1947, sticking with strong women, The Diary of a Young Girl, better known as The Diary of Anne Frank, is published. I think I wore my copy out as a child. I read that so many times,
Yeah.
and I always cried.
What a difference. I mean, yeah, I read that in school in the 80s. So Helen Keller sure made a difference.
No, this is Anne
Oh,
Frank.
sorry, Anne Frank.
But speaking of Helen Keller, in a few minutes, we're going to talk about her.
Right. That's why I had her on my brain. Sorry about that. Didn't we find out, like, didn't we learn in another coffee talk that Anne Frank, did she end up getting captured?
Yes. Yeah, they lived in the attic for a few years, and then the Nazis, somebody tipped them off. I believe it was somebody that was in the store down below heard them and tipped them off, and they were captured. And she, her and her mother both died in a concentration camp just before the war ended, and they were released. And her father found the diary, and he had it published.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Sandra. Very somber news.
Yes, but what a rare treasure to have a look inside of that time period and what was going on, and through the eyes of a child.
Yes.
Or a young adult. It
Yeah.
was just, it was a gift that she gave the world.
True.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Let's find something more.
So let's see. In 1967, the first global satellite television program aired. Okay, so that's a big deal, connecting the entire world via satellite television. That happened for the first time. I mean, think about that. Now we're at the stage of internet. We're all connected all the time, but this was a huge deal in 1967.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that there were 19 different acts from 19 different nations featured, including the Beatles singing All You Need Is Love.
Oh, that's perfect.
That is sweet. That's, yeah.
And then in 1975, Barry White's song was released, Can't Get Enough of Your Love.
Yes. That's a good one. I wonder if anyone remembers the movie Blade Runner, which was released in 1982 on this day in history, featuring Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer. I think that's how you say his name. Did either of you watch Blade Runner?
It sounds familiar, but
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we used to watch that movie a lot. That's a movie. It's a sci-fi, but kind of a what is the word? Like it's like an apocalyptic, like one of the first apocalyptic. And then they did a redo, but it was a very, I thought, a really interesting movie. I liked watching as a teenager a lot.
Ah,
In 1984, Prince releases his Purple Rain album.
that was a good album.
Yes, it was. I loved it. Still do. He was an amazing artist.
An amazing humanitarian. He gave
Mhm.
so much money away, helping different causes. Huge heart. When he passed, all kinds of people said that not only was it he this amazing humanitarian, but he kept it on the QT. Like he didn't let people know. He wasn't a public philanthropist. He did it on the down low, and he was just very humble and had a lot of faith and
Yep.
very committed to helping out others.
Yes, and speaking about Prince, there were two women that went to Kennett High School that were
Yep.
in his band.
Yeah.
So there's a
Yeah.
little fun fact.
Lisa
Yeah.
wasn't one of them.
She wasn't one of them, I don't believe.
Or is it the two female singers that would stand
Yeah,
there?
one of them was named Lisa.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like that amazing drummer, Lisa?
No, it was
No.
like a singer.
The backup
Oh, okay.
singer.
I don't know
backup-
their names. I just know that two women from Kennett here in Conway
Oh my God.
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
part of
they both were named Lisa, weren't they?
Oh, I
Wasn't
think
it Lisa
you're
and
right.
Lisa?
You're right.
just a little fun fact to put out there.
That is a fun fact. I'm going to look that up. I had no idea. I feel like that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It is. It's a
Until
really
you
big
mentioned
deal.
it, Julie.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever to
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Way cool.
It's, yeah, like hometowns. I grew up in a town called Barrington, Rhode Island. Apparently, Sean Spicer is from Barrington, Rhode Island. Do you remember Sean Spicer?
Yeah.
Not
I
so,
was
not
jo-
like so proud of or anything, but it adds injury
Yes,
when they're from your hometown.
right. Or
Who
when
is
you learn about somebody in Hollywood or the media in any way maybe has like a second home on a lake or or nearby or in your town, or there's something kind of
Yeah,
fun about that.
like Stephen King in Lovell, where my mother
Yeah.
lives.
The Kennedys love North Conway.
Oh,
Stephen King owns the property directly across the street from my childhood home in North Freiburg.
oh.
Does he own it or does his daughter? Because she's the one that did this. Yeah.
Last I knew, he did. Somebody in the family. Last I knew, it was him.
Yeah.
So the good thing about that is it will never be developed.
Yes.
They're growing, it looks like wheat. Is that wheat they're growing? Have you been up?
I haven't been over. Well, no, I haven't been over there in a while. They do have some spaces that they allow people to garden in.
Right.
So there's some gardening groups that take advantage of that land, which is very nice.
Yeah. Looks like they're growing wheat.
Maybe.
Huh. The people you meet. So back to Helen Keller. Helen Keller's birthday is going to be this Saturday. She was born on June 27th, 1880. She passed away in 1968 at the age of 87. And we all know the story of Helen Keller. She was born with her senses of sight and hearing, and she started speaking at the age of 6 months. When she
Advanced.
when she was 19 months old, she was stricken by an illness that left her blind and deaf. I can't remember what the illness is, and they're not saying what it was. Was it like yellow fever or something like that?
I don't remember.
But she was made famous by the movie The Miracle Worker. Is that what it was called?
I believe so, yep.
When she was 6, she was paired with a teacher by the name of Ann Sullivan. It was the beginning of a lifelong relationship during which Sullivan evolved into Keller's governess and eventually her companion. She helped Keller break through the isolation imposed by a near complete lack of language, allowing the girl to blossom as she learned to communicate. Keller became the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. Wow. She went on to become a world-famous speaker and author. She was never married and she had no children.
Although
I
she
think
did
the movie-
live with a man for a while. She had a like romantic partnership.
Oh, yeah, this is short. It doesn't give me all the
Yeah,
details.
and she was quite a like civil rights activist as well.
Yeah. Oh, wait till you hear her quote. It's absolutely wonderful. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart.
It's gorgeous. What a great reminder.
That
So
is
true.
beautiful.
Nice. That is a good note to end on. Helen Keller. All she did for us. What an amazing example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very fitting.
Mhm.
Yep. So
We were
it's
both
sad,
deep
sort
breaths.
of.
What were you going to say, Julie Irish?
Oh, I was going to mention that little blurb at the bottom, but we don't have to because we had such a beautiful coffee talk.
Okay. So thank you, everybody. This may be like we said, it could be the last one for a while ever. Who knows? We're very open. We just play things day by day, but we are reopening Monday, which is really exciting, and that we can be talking about things with you in person.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Continue to hydrate, and we will see you next week.